You don't think animals deserve to be abused? Why not?
It's
Animals.
like asking if we deserve to be abused.
Because I'm better than a pig and a chicken.
No.
No?
It really makes me think about what I consume.
Yeah.
If I would go vegan.
Okay. What do you think you could do if you didn't want to support animal abuse anymore?
Don't buy animal products.
Pretty simple as that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You seem pretty upset about the sign.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
You don't like it? You don't think animals deserve to be abused? Why not? What is it about
It's like
animals?
asking if we deserve to be abused.
Okay.
It's kind of the same.
You don't think? But specifically, what about animals? Because I'm better than a pig and a chicken.
No.
No? More, well, humans are more superior to them, obviously. Chickens can't make phones or stuff like that.
Well, whenever we have an animal die, even a chicken, my sister has a funeral, so
Oh, wow.
I think yeah, I put it the same as a person.
Okay. Yeah, would you say that you're against animal abuse or
I've never really thought of that before, but I maybe I would say
maybe?
that.
Okay.
I haven't really thought much of like you know how some people are vegan who like don't have animal products. I haven't
Yep.
really thought that much into it because I guess we're not really exposed to much of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If you see stuff like that happening, I think you wouldn't buy certain products from you.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Building on that, in terms of not knowing where you are, let's think about it. Do you think it would be possible to be against animal abuse while paying for those kind of products? No way.
I don't believe that.
Yeah. And what industries do you think are abusing animals?
How? Is it like beauty products or stuff like that?
Yeah, so that's one of them. Health products that test on animals.
Yeah.
But in terms of the footage that we're showing and the majority, would you agree that it's animal agriculture?
Is it like food and stuff?
Yeah.
Or is it
Well,
like selling
more animal products, because if you're buying potatoes, you're not really paying for an animal to get its throat cut open, eh? Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about it personally now? Would you say that you're against animal abuse or?
It definitely makes me think about what I consume.
Yeah.
If I would go vegan.
Okay. Yeah, how do you feel about this over here? This is just standard
Why are
practice.
they cutting the baby's tails off? What is
Yeah,
that?
so we're looking at standard practice pig farming here, and because they are kept in confinement and they're kept in pens like this over here, obviously like any other animal, they go completely mad and they start cannibalizing each other.
Eating each other.
Yeah. Just because they go insane. They're very social creatures and they're very intelligent creatures, which is why they suffer so much when they're kept in confinement.
They'll be like people if they don't see their friends and stuff.
I mean, you know how people have been over quarantine?
Yeah.
I mean, this is their whole life, raised like that, yeah. So yeah, let's just focus on what's happening. You know which industries are abusing animals. What do you think you could do if you didn't want to support animal abuse anymore?
Don't buy animal products.
Pretty simple as that, eh? Yeah. So what I'm promoting here is animal rights. The only way that we can give animals rights and not subject them to cruelty like this is to live a vegan lifestyle, like you said before. Because a vegan lifestyle is the only lifestyle that doesn't abuse animals in this way.
My sister has like vegan products, but that's only because of her allergy.
Yeah.
Well, I started having this dairy because of skin allergy.
Yeah. So that would be like a plant-based choice.
Yeah. But that's not
So what we're focusing on is animal rights.
cruelty, yeah.
Yeah, the cruelty, the ethical veganism, which is just standard veganism, is about ethics instead of health or the
It's all
environment.
about money and everything, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and for the consumer, it's all about pleasure, These guys don't care how they make their money, but the easiest thing to do is to abuse animals for their money. And we can change that. It's a consumer-made problem with a consumer-made solution.
So if we stop, then it will stop.
And we will buy different products, and they'll produce them instead, without any cruelty to animals, if we demand it to be so.
Does that include like free range farming and stuff like that? Or,
Yeah.
like, if you had chickens at home and you get eggs from them, is that abuse or no? Because they're in like their own yard and
So,
they naturally do their egg thing. You don't force them to eggs.
okay, so let's take it one at a time. With free range, what we're looking at here is a free range chicken farm.
Oh yeah.
It's probably got nothing to do with the vision of free range inside your head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But in any case, if we were just to take one free range and we did raise it to the ideal standard that you may think, Do you think that there is a humane way to kill someone who doesn't want to die?
No, I'm meaning like using products of like
Yeah.
from chicken.
Yeah.
If you're not killing them.
So you mean free-range eggs or backyard eggs?
Backyard.
Backyard? Okay.
Alright.
So again, the reason why we're got to this point in time is because there's a systemic belief that animals are here for us to use
Yeah.
instead of being here with us. In the same way that, some people thought that black people were there to be slaves, that women are here for men.
Yeah.
None of those are true. We are all just existing in the way we want to, and we don't want to be exploited, basically. And obviously we didn't get to factory farming overnight. It would have been small farmers,
More demand, right?
Yeah, small farmers. So backyard eggs turns into your neighbor asking you for more, his neighbor saying you're a good producer, and then you end up,
Need money.
yeah. And then you look at these animals as products instead of animals, as objects and machines. Yeah. What do you think is stopping you from living a lifestyle that doesn't abuse animals and adopting a vegan lifestyle?
Maybe convenient.
Yeah.
That's really like hard.
You can either think that going vegan would be hard, or you can think it would be easy. So there's two types of mindsets you can have.
Yeah.
You can either think that you will be a victim of the change,
Yeah.
and you will think that you will suffer more than the animals,
Always convenient.
or you can think of the true
suffering.
victims,
Yeah.
the true victims, and think that obviously the animals are suffering so much more than I will by buying different products.
That's a good way to think of it.
Yeah.
You saw that.
Yeah, what do you think you're going to do moving on from this conversation? Do you think that you would continue to live a lifestyle that demands animal abuse, or adopt the vegan
I'll
lifestyle?
probably gain more knowledge on certain things like I buy.
Okay.
And one thing at a time to focus on changing maybe.
Okay.
Sort of done in other areas.
Yeah.
You just pick one thing to focus on so you don't get too overwhelmed.
Yeah. I guess that would be a good way to look at behavior change, but in this case, we're focusing on an issue of injustice, really. If I was talking about another issue of injustice, like racism, is that's a thing where you can select which races you're going to discriminate against.
No.
Yeah, because we recognize that there's victims at the end of your decision, right? The same with this. The more slowly you take this, the more victims there will be eventually. Yeah. So that's where that mindset comes in, thinking about the victims. Now, a really great question for you would be, what would you want someone like yourself to do for you if you were one of these animals? Would you want someone like yourself to change very slowly?
No.
You would want someone like you.
it.
Yeah, because you'd be suffering so horribly, right? Yeah.
So you guys like the peaceful movement that's helping to prevent animal abuse? Like a lot of you.
This isn't an organization. I'm just a random person
Oh, really?
doing this. Yeah. There are organizations who do this, but we're all just here to represent the animals because there's no one else to speak for them. Are you guys shooting off?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're here for a conference.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just let you off with one more thing. Yeah, just remember that until the day that you do go vegan, animals will be abused because of your choice. So just think about what it says about your.
It's really heavy.
Yeah, you do, but you have a powerful choice to make now, though. Yeah. And one more thing, I do record these conversations. Are you okay
I'm
with
the
it?
worst person to get recorded because I'm like all over the show.
But that's all right. We actually had a really good conversation. But would you be okay with me posting it to Instagram and YouTube? If I.
No, yeah. If you want.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Because you've been honest. So yeah. I really appreciate that.
Can is it going to be on one of these pages? Is there a page?
Oh, that's if you want to see my Insta. But yeah, I just make content like this, just showing my conversations that I have with people, because people just don't have the opportunity to have this conversation. Not everyone's stopping, but some people would watch it on Insta.
Is that why you came over? I was like, so you just post those so other people can see, I guess.
Yeah. This isn't a conversation that people are very.
You just push it aside,
And not many people are open to having the conversation as well. But it is vital.
If you're really interested in it or not,
Yeah. And that's why we only talk to people who stop.
That's respectful.
Yeah. But I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for the conversation.
Yeah.
That was such a good conversation. Man.